Hey, what is going on, guys? Gamerdude back once again, and welcome to this week's episode in our Just the Facts series. So, today's topic of discussion is looking to the future. This future in particular would be the iconic God of War series. Now, these games have definitely captured our hearts and given us a look into the mythology of that era. Granted, most of it's a load of balls, but you do get what I mean. Anyway, today we have some news regarding the next God of War game, and I have to say, it's actually some very good news. You know, it's not rumour for a change, it's not speculation, and it's supposedly not false. No, this is probably the genuine article for a change. So, let's get on with what I found. So, I'm not sure if I should be screaming with joy or very worried, because the reboot, or should I say soft reboot, of God of War was a fantastic success. And when it comes to soft reboots and sequels to the soft reboot, they don't do so well. I mean, just look at Mafia 3, for example. That was awful. But anyway, moving on. Now, 2018 may seem like it's in the far distant past, given we've just entered a new decade. But the God of War reboot will forever be a classic addition to the PlayStation catalogue. Ever since the game launched, fans have been eagerly awaiting news of a sequel, because Santa Monica have just been dead silent since it released. I mean, they haven't even said anything, you know, they haven't done a podcast, a live stream, or anything regarding God of War. That year when it was released, it just stopped after that year, you know, they just stopped with it. And it's like, well, hang on a minute, this is your baby, you know, this is your new baby, why have you just stopped it? But it's pretty obvious from the start that a sequel is on the cards, especially given the climactic ending to the God of War game. I mean, that bit at the end with Thor showing up, that gave me chills. That gave me goosebumps. Did that bit? And if you haven't found that bit, all you have to do is go back to Kratos' little house after you've finished the main story. So, although an official announcement on God of War 2, if you can call it that, since it's actually God of War 5, but yeah, moving on, let's just forget that. That since it does yet have to be made, it seems as though Santa Monica Studios is already entering the title into its pre-production phases. So if you guys are major gamers and major gaming fans, you know that pre-production means basically they haven't even got a script yet. You know, that they're just laying down ideas on the drawing board. You know, it probably doesn't even have a lead designer yet. So it's safe to say that we will see it on the next gen systems. I mean, it may be cross-play, they may do a cross-play version of it. You know, they might bring it out on PS4 and PS5, because I doubt as soon as the PS5 comes out, the PS4 will die. You know, developers are still going to want to bring out cross-play games just to make that little bit of extra cash. But Santa Monica narrative animator Kim Newman recently got the rumour mill running with an image of her in a motion capture suit that she shared to Twitter. Now, I'm not saying this is for God of War, you know. I'm not saying it's for anything Santa Monica Studios related, but the fact is she played Baldur's mom, so she could possibly be in a mocap suit for God of War. It's not likely, you know, she could be doing another thing, but the fact that she's well known for God of War now, and she's posted that on Twitter, has just got everybody grinding their teeth, really, like, what's this for? But she did caption the image, "Feels good to be back in the suit." So, it just goes to show that she hasn't done anything since doing God of War. So it would stand to reason that that is what she's doing, but of course, naturally, I am not speculating that she's done this for God of War. It could be for another title entirely. But the picture is it's. I would love to feature it, but it's since been deleted. You know, I was reading this off something else at the time of recording it. But the picture, it's just of her in a motion capture suit, and she's doing some kind of pose. I'm assuming for the character or just a pose in general. But of course, God of War fans took this to mean only one thing. Preparations for a sequel to the 2018 game are most assuredly underway. Responses soon flooded in with eager gamers seeking out more information. But of course, we're still in the dark on what this mocap suit is for. I mean, like I said earlier, it could be for any number of things. It could be for another project. It could be for an animated movie, for all we know. I mean, there's really no telling what she was in that suit for, really. I mean, yeah, it's promising because she was, of course, one of the lead actors in the God of War game. But until we hear something concrete, I am not going to be one to say, oh yeah, she's doing this for God of War, unlike every other YouTuber out there that will say, oh, this is definitely for God of War, this is happening, that's happening, like say Mr. Boss for the Win, for example. Yeah, let's not go there today. But hopefully in my case and the fans' case, we are right about this one, and this truly is one of the first images from the production of the next game. I mean, one Twitter user did in fact speculate on the post. She's definitely Faye. We'll see how she met Kratos. I mean, I'm not sure how that makes any sense, but okay. Another user posted, okay, here's my take. God of War 5 will be introduced at the same time as the PS5. Now that would make sense for it to be a launch title for the PS5, because God of War, of course, it's a Sony exclusive. Other than Gran Turismo and Uncharted, which is now finished, Sony don't really have any big leading titles they can open with. I mean, unless they're going to cross-play The Last of Us Part 2, which is likely, but I doubt they'll put that as a console launch game. So it would stand to reason that a console launch game for the PS5 is either going to be a new Gran Turismo game or indeed a new God of War game. But again, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just theorizing because, you know, again, I'm not one of those YouTubers that says this is happening, listen to me, I'm always right. Because 90% of the time, I'm not. You know? And if I'm not right, I will retract my statements, of course. But moving on from that, maybe it is wishful thinking on our part. But what other game could it be for, if not God of War? Because I've not known her do any other games, you know, and if she has, it's news to me. If she has done them, they must be super small projects that I've never even heard of or never even played. But Santa Monica Studios has, unsurprisingly, not commented on the image. You know, they didn't even ask her to delete it. She deleted it herself. I'm assuming she deleted it herself because there was just so many comments flooding in about the next God of War game and she got fed up. I mean, I'd have done the same. You know, if I posted on Twitter something about me making a game, for example, and everybody was going on about it, saying, oh, it's going to be a sequel to this, that, and this, I'd be like, oh, I'm just going to delete it. You know, I'm fed up with this. But we'll just have to hope, pray, and just look forward to it, I suppose. And, you know, I guess we'll have to pray to the Norse gods. Well, I say Norse gods, Kratos killed them all, but yeah. You know, anyway, to ensure that this is actually the next chapter for Kratos and friends. Yeah, I just said Kratos and friends, sue me. I just made Kratos sound like an utter fool. But that's about all I could dig up regarding it. I mean, take it with a grain of salt, because the fact that she's posted that image up in a mocap suit, it can tell us a number of things. You know, it can tell us that she is indeed working on a new God of War game, that she's back in the studio. But until we hear something concrete from Santa Monica or even Christopher Judge, because, you know, he's now the voice of Kratos, I wouldn't put too much salt into it, really. Because, you know, I don't want to be one of those that says, yeah, listen to me, I'm always right, this is happening, and, you know, it probably isn't. You know, I'm just bringing you guys this news in case you guys didn't know about it. And if you did know about it, then at least I'm still posting something to the channel anyway. Speaking of which, I would like to apologise for taking some personal time this week. I mean, I know I don't need to apologise for taking personal time, we're all human, we've got stuff to do. But I had to take the personal time for obviously personal reasons, and I just needed some time to myself, really, just to spend some time dealing with what had happened and whatnot. So not to worry, I am back. We'll be back with 2 live streams on Monday. Tuesday we'll be taking the day off, of course, and you know, next week content will resume as normal. But yeah, that's it for this episode then. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope I gave you an inside look into this potential sequel. So anyway, shout out to all subscribers, old and new. We have now finally, amazingly, reached that goal of 1k, and we're still continuing to grow. So I can't thank you all enough for your continuous support and patience of my content. I really do appreciate it. If you are new to the channel and enjoyed this video or any of my other content, make sure you smash that like button and drop me a subscribe. I always sub back to new subscribers. All my videos are also in playlists for your convenience if you want to check those out as well. So that being said, this has been Just the Facts with Gamerdude. Happy gaming, and I will catch you all in the next one, guys.